baby. Tay. Come on now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she, of course, a huge star. She's gone viral many times, as you did yesterday, Drapes. The comments you had for us on our show, Frankie posted them on SactownSports.com and also on the, on our X account, and it just blew up. Your admonishment of Kings fans for being too negative, really tens of thousands of views, so it resonated with a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if Frankie is a friend or a foe, because, dude, I was on with you guys for like 24 minutes, and he only put that little tiny part on there. And so, no, it's everybody's been coming after me. Alan Stiles, Dave, they've been running some of the sound and everything. And let me start off by saying, fellas, it's one thing to be critical. It's another thing to be a wet blanket, a Debbie Downer. And that's what I don't deal with. I don't deal with that kind of negativity. If I walk into the room and you're like, oh, man, it's an awful day, this sucks. Dog, everything doesn't suck. And the thing about it, last night's game was the first game that I felt like, dang, the boys didn't have it. They tapped out a little bit. I didn't see the effort. And the issue I have with some of the critics out there is this team sucks. We're awful. And I don't view it as all black and white. Did we suck when we had 20 first-half assists yesterday? Did we suck the first 3.5 quarters when we were beating Oklahoma City? And so my thing is, it's not all just black or white. It's not. And so that's the negativity I'm talking about. Now, if you want to talk about the rotations, you want to talk about the turnovers, you want to talk about the lack of effort, that's one thing. But the take that, this team sucks. I don't vibe that way, fellas.
Yeah,
that's just not how I rock, you know? And so you got to be a little more creative than that, you know?
Yes.
You got to come with a better take than that instead of, this sucks, you know? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, speaking of takes, we're ready for Drapes Takes whenever you are. You asked Jay. Jay's got your music ready whenever you want to fire away.
Yeah, and Jay, play the music a little louder, man. You shortchanged me yesterday a little bit. It wasn't bumping like it normally does, so crank it up a little. It is time for Drapes Takes here on the Drive Guys, Sactown Sports 1140.
Man, first of all, didn't you say, man, you come at things not being negative? Goodness gracious. That was a lie.
Take it easy, man. Just take it easy.
Oh, good stuff. All right, let me start off. I'm going to continue with what I just said about the negativity. I see you Kings fans. You're throwing some darts at me and everything. You're talking about how do you know you ain't been here. This is my 6th season with these guys. And the thing about it, and I'll echo it again, it isn't all bad. I thought that second half and really the end of that second quarter on was the first time this season where I could just throw my hands up and say, what the hell are we doing? You know, I didn't see the kind of fight, the kind of effort that Doug Christie and Scott Perry. And so when I look at each game, I'll go back to the Lakers game when we gave up 1 million free throws. Did we really suck then, or did we suck the first 3.5 quarters against Oklahoma City? Did we suck the first half last night when we had 20 assists? And so that's my thing. It's not all just black or white. We throw up our hands, we suck. Now, I will say regarding last night's game, I saw some good things early on. I felt like the play of Malik Monk off the bench, he sort of changed the tenor of the game. And I would have liked to see Malik a little more in that second half. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give the bench a lot of credit. I'm going to throw Keon Ellis in there, too. Keon's just a ball player. You know, he's one of those dudes that if you're Doug, you just got to find minutes for. Because I know he's not going to drop 30. I know he's not going to grab 20 rebounds. But he makes things happen. One of some of the quickest hands in the league, the deflections, can knock down the open three. Keon you know who Keon reminds me of? Keon reminds me of sort of the players we see on the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah.
Whether it's a Neesmith or Ben Shepherd off the bench or somebody like that. They're not going to go off for 40 or anything like that, but they make good, solid plays, and they hustle and play hard every single night. And so I like the bench last night. I like Malik, and I like Keon definitely last night, Whitey.
Yeah. One of the things I thought the Kings might have some luck with last night is the Bulls turned the ball over a lot, and they did turn the ball over 15 times, and the Kings took care of the ball. So I thought there's an advantage there, but they weren't able to translate at it into anything meaningful, in part because they just got destroyed on the backboards, Drapes. I think they had to make threes to compensate for being so small. They had 31 rebounds total last night, did the Kings. Very small.
Yeah, I saw that. 31 rebounds, 15 in the first half, 16 in the second half. And the thing about it, and I go back to what's happening when we lose these games. OKC last night, when a team punches us in the mouth, it's like we don't have a counterpunch. We're wobbly. And yesterday, the Chicago Bulls delivered the knockout blow. That run they went on to end the second quarter, that changed everything. And we didn't have the requisite fight, if you will, in that second half. And that was kind of disheartening. Mm-hmm. And honestly, guys, it was the first time this season where I felt we looked totally disconnected from one another. Guys would get beat off the dribble. No help would be there. There was no rim protection out there. We did not play as a group that last 24 to 27 minutes of that game last night. And that's kind of disheartening. And you know, if I'm Doug and if I'm Scott Perry, I said it on the postgame show, Scott Perry talked about his 6 principles, team-oriented. Where was the toughness last night? Where was the team-oriented ball play last night? And so I thought last night's game, and Jay said it off air, it was our worst game of the season, especially the way it seemed like, you know, the Bulls just snatched it away from us, took our heart away last night.
Yeah, you were up on the soapbox at the start of the postgame, weren't you? You had to apologize to Morgan. Like, I'll set you up here, but I got some things I got to get off my chest.
Where's my camera? Is this my one?
I got to do a better job of getting the analyst involved early. But sometimes, man, I get so fired up.
Yeah.
And because last night, man, I'm talking to people. They were like, we couldn't even watch that. And that was shocking to me that, and I understand it's the second night of a back-to-back, but Doug Christie said before the game, no excuses. So we can't give them any excuses. Like, they did not play as a team. They were not team-oriented yesterday. I mentioned the 20 assists in that first half, fellas. They had 8 assists in the second half. And what I'm seeing from this team is, like I said, when a team goes on a run, when a team goes into, an offensive mindset where they're taking it to us, we resort to just individual basketball instead of staying together as a team. Mm-hmm. It's sort of like my golf game, Whitey. Mm-hmm. On the range, when everything is sweet, I'm great. But under the pressure, under the bright lights, the intensity, people watching, I resort back to what I know. And so I felt like that's what we've been doing this season. We haven't trusted each other fully on both ends of the floor, I might add, to weather the storm of a run, let's say. I mean, and give Chicago credit that they came out and they were flying all over the place. But the problem with the Kings that I saw yesterday is we allowed them to get the confidence, fellas. Mm-hmm. Chicago was like, oh, if I drive the ball, nobody's going to meet me at the rim. Oh, how do you give up 70 points in the paint?
Yeah, that is
embarrassing. It ain't Shaq you going against.
Right.
It ain't Olajuwon down there. It was dribble penetration.
Yep.
And so that was frustrating yesterday, man.
Yeah, I was going to say that was one of the big things. And, the broadcast, they kept talking about it. Mark and Katie talked about paint touches. And I'm with you, Drapes. It wasn't so much as drop the ball down in the paint. It was I'm attacking the rim. The Bulls attacked the Kings defense.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right. They got behind that first line of defense, and it was like not only was there no rim protection, there was not even a body there to deter you from getting all the way to the rim, Jay. And so, and one thing too, man, my final takeaway. Looking at that Bulls team last night, I saw a young, hungry bunch of players. We looked old out there yesterday.
Yep. A
step slow, our reaction time. And so we got to clean that up, and give the Bulls a lot of credit. Vazelis was out there taking it to us. I'm watching Josh Giddey do spin moves to get to the rim. And it's like they look like the quicker, fresher, faster, hungrier team. And one of the things I said on the post game is when you talk about the 6 principles from Scott Perry, it's not, all right, do it for 10 minutes and then take off for 3, or do it for 15, take off for 6. You have to have that mindset. That got to be your DNA from start to finish. And you can't do it 48 minutes. There's going to be some lulls. But the problem is when we stop doing it, we don't get back to doing it. And that's what happened last night.
Yep, we appreciate it, Drapes. And then the Kings play Denver on Sunday, so that means we would talk to you on Monday, if I have my dates correct here.
Nah, you got them wrong, Whitey. Get it together, big fella. Get it.
Yeah.
We played Milwaukee Saturday.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Denver Monday.
All right.
So
So Tuesday,
and I'll be on the road.
Yeah. All right.
You're with the team now, right? Just getting ready to take off tomorrow or today or what?
Yeah. I'll fly out tomorrow and meet them in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll catch up to you next week, one way or the other.
All right, sounds good, fellas.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank
man.
you, Kyle Draper. Yeah, my apologies. Yeah, they're playing Denver